In this video, we'll learn how to describe weather in English. To talk about weather, first we have to know some weather-related nouns. Forecast, temperature, sky, cloud, sun, shade, humidity, rain, drizzle, snow, blizzard, hail, frost, fog, wind, breeze, tornado, storm, lightning, thunder, overcast. Along with nouns, we also need some adjectives to describe weather. Some of the adjectives we use to talk about weather are the following: rainy, snowy, frosty, windy, cloudy, clear or bright, foggy, overcast, gray or gloomy, humid. In addition to the adjectives that we already mentioned on the previous slide, there are also some other adjectives that are used to describe weather temperature. Some of these adjectives are the following: below zero or minus, freezing, cold, chilly, cool, mild, warm, hot, boiling, X Fahrenheit or Celsius degrees. Lastly, to talk about weather, we also need to know some verbs. For example, for rain, we use the verbs to rain or to shower, to pour, as well as to drizzle. For snow, we use the verb to snow. For wind, we can use to breeze or to blow. And for hail, we use the verb to hail. Alright, having already learned the necessary words to describe weather, now it's time for us to learn the correct grammatical structure to make sentences. We will start with nouns first, and then on the next slides, we'll continue with adjectives and verbs. So if you have a noun to describe weather, one of the ways for you to make that sentence is to start the sentence with the noun first, and then continue with to be in proper tense, and then add adjective, and lastly finish the sentence with time adverb. Let's look at it in a more detailed way. If you have time adverbs like today, at the moment, now, it means you are referring to the present tense. In that case, your sentence structure will be as following: noun is adjective time adverb. If you have time adverbs like yesterday, the day before yesterday, last week, last day, last month, in X past time, X time ago, it means you are referring to the past tense, and your sentence structure will be as following: noun, was, adjective, and time adverb. And if you have time adverbs like soon, tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, in X future time, next week, next month, next year, it means you are referring to the future tense. In that case, your sentence structure will be as following: noun, will be, adjective, and time adverb. Let's look at it in a few examples. The sky is clear today. In this sentence, as you can see, we start with noun first, the sky, and then continue with is, which is to be in the present tense, and then continue with clear, which is adjective, and today, time adverb. The sky was clear yesterday. In this sentence, once again we start with noun first, the sky, and then we add was, which is to be past tense, and then we add clear adjective and then time adverb yesterday. The sky will be clear tomorrow. In this sentence, once again, we start with the noun first, and then we add will be, which is future tense to be, and then we add adjective clear, and then finish up the sentence with time adverb tomorrow. A few more examples. Temperature is high now. Temperature was high a few hours ago. Temperature will be high tomorrow. The wind is strong at the moment. The wind was strong last week. The wind will be strong in a few hours. So another way you can use a noun in a sentence to describe weather is as following. You start the sentence with there, to be, and to be will be in the proper tense, and then you add a noun. A noun can be preceded by an adjective, and you finish up the sentence with the time adverb. Let's look at it in a more detailed way. If you have time adverbs like today, at the moment, or now, it means you're referring to the present tense. In that case, your sentence structure will be as following. There is or there are, noun, and time adverb. If you have time adverbs like yesterday, the day before yesterday, last week, last month, last year, in X past time, X time ago, it means you're referring to the past tense, and your sentence structure will be as following. There was or there were, noun, time adverb. And if you have time adverbs like soon, tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, in X future time, next week, next month, next year, it means you're referring to the future tense, and your sentence structure will be as following. There will be, noun, time adverb. Let's look at it in a few examples. There is a lot of snow now. As you can see in this sentence, we start the sentence with there is, which is in the present tense, and then we have an adjective, a lot of, and then we follow with a noun, which is snow, and then we finish the sentence with the time adverb noun. There was a lot of snow last week. Once again, we started the sentence with there was, which is in the past tense, and we have an adjective, a lot of, and then we follow with a noun, snow, and then we have time adverb last week. There will be a lot of snow next week. Once again, we start with there will be in the future tense, and we have adjective, a lot of, and then we follow with a noun, snow, and next week, which is time adverb. A few more examples. There is a gentle breeze today. There was a gentle breeze a few hours ago. There will be gentle breeze tomorrow. There is thunder at the moment. There was thunder yesterday night. There will be thunder tomorrow. Now on this slide, we'll look at the grammatical structure of the sentences when we use adjectives to describe weather. We start the sentence with it, to be, and to be will be in the proper tense, depending on the time adverb. And then we add an adjective, and then we finish the sentence with the time adverb. Let's look at it in a more detailed way. If you have time adverbs like today, at the moment, or now, it means you're referring to the present tense. And in that case, your sentence structure will be as following. It is, adjective, and time adverb. If you have time adverbs like yesterday, the day before yesterday, last week, last month, last year, in X past time, or X time ago, it means you are referring to the past tense, and your sentence structure will be as following. It was, adjective, time adverb. And if you have time adverbs like soon, tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, in X future time, next week, next month, next year, it means you are referring to the future tense. And in that case, your sentence structure will be as following. It will be, adjective, and time adverb. Now, let's look at it in a few examples. It is rainy now. As you can see in this sentence, we start the sentence with it is, which is in the present tense, and then we add adjective rainy, and then we have the time adverb now. It was rainy yesterday. Once again, we start with it was, which is in the past tense, and then we add adjective rainy, and then we finish the sentence with time adverb yesterday. It will be rainy tomorrow. Once again, we start with it will be, which is in the future tense, and then we add adjective, which is rainy, and then we finish the sentence with time adverb tomorrow. A few more examples. It is windy today. It was windy a few hours ago. It will be windy next week. It is foggy at the moment. It was foggy yesterday morning. It will be foggy soon. On this slide, we'll learn the grammatical structure of the sentences when we want to use a verb to describe weather. We start with it, and then we add verb, and verb will be in the proper tense depending on the time adverb you have. Let's look at it in a more detailed way. If you have time adverbs like usually, always, often, randomly, every day, every month, every week, every year, it means you're referring to the present indefinite tense form. And your sentence structure will be as following. It verb, and to the end of verb you will add s or es, and then you will have time adverb. Remember, the time adverbs, like usually, always, often, come in between the subject and the verb. If you have time adverbs like now or at the moment, it means you're referring to the present continuous tense form, and your sentence structure will be as following. It is verb ing, and then you will have time adverb. If you have time adverbs like yesterday, the day before yesterday, last week, last month, last year, in X past time, it means you're referring to the past indefinite tense form, and your sentence structure will be as following. It verb, and to the end of verb you will add ed, and then you will have the time adverb. If you have a complex sentence in the past tense, or the expression saying at this time in past time adverb, it means you are referring to the past continuous tense form, and your sentence structure will be as following. It was verb ing. And finally, if you have time adverbs like tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, soon, in X future time, next week, next month, next year, it means you're referring to the future tense. And then your sentence structure will be as following. It will verb and time adverb. Let's have a look at it in a few examples. It snows every year. It is snowing now. It snowed last week. It was snowing when we arrived. It will snow tomorrow. It often rains. It is raining at the moment. It rained yesterday. It was raining at this time yesterday. It will rain soon. It usually hails in the spring. It is hailing now. It hailed a few minutes ago. It was hailing when we were driving. It will hail in a few hours. Quiz time. For quiz 1, I would like you to match the words with the correct pictures you see on the screen. You have 30 seconds to prepare your answers. After 30 seconds, I'll show the correct answers so that you can cross-check. Time is up. Now let's see the correct answers for quiz 1. blizzard, drizzle, wind, frost, lightning, hail, humidity, forecast. For quiz 2, I would like you to fill in the blank spaces using the verbal structures you see on the right side of the screen. Please make sure that you pay attention to the parts of speech as well as time adverbs given in the sentences. This will help you to determine the correct tense as well as the grammatical structure that you are going to use for each sentence. You have 30 seconds to prepare your answers. After 30 seconds, I'll show the correct answers so that you can cross-check. All right, time is up. Now let's see the correct answers for quiz 2. It is overcast today. There was a big storm yesterday. It is raining at the moment. It will be frosty tomorrow. It snows in this part of the country every year. It was very humid yesterday. It is 17 Celsius degrees at the moment. It is expected to be foggy tomorrow morning. There was loud thunder yesterday night. There is a chance of hail this weekend. For further practice, you can use the words given on the screen to make new sentences. You can write down your sentences in the comment section below. I'll check them for you whenever I can. And please do not forget to like, share the videos, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Talk to you in the next video.